Hey everyone, this is Colin Quina with 3T Fusion to go over some of the uh, aspects of the trading dome on the 3T Trader platform. A lot of neat tools involved with this platform, and also specifically with the dome. What I want to look at and concentrate on today is some of the different strategies that you're able to employ by using the dome here on the 3T Trader platform. Specifically, want to look at some different strategies. There's really three types of strategies that I like to employ in my own trading: manual placement of strategies using an OCO order, a single bracket strategy, and finally a multi-bracket strategy, which we are going to go over today. Multi-bracket strategies are great because it acts just like a single bracket strategy, but actually you have three separate brackets with what to choose from. Whereas your single bracket strategy, you can only make the profit targets and the stops be one. You couldn't vary each one if you were trading multiple lots. Well, if you're trading multiple lots with a multi-bracket strategy, you can actually manipulate each bracket to act differently and have each individual one lot act differently within the full trade. Not sure if I explained that correctly. Let me try to explain it again. With the multi-bracket strategy, you have the ability to change each individual bracket and make it act differently, versus the single bracket can only can recognize one set of instructions. So basically, you've got a lot more leeway with your strategy here on using a multi-bracket strategy. There's more things that you can do. There's different profit targets and stops that you can set up, and really get creative with your strategy. So how we how we get that strategy going is we will come through here. First, I need to uncheck my buy bracket and my sell bracket for my single strategy, and I need to go over to the multi-bracket strategy. You can see here I've got several different strategies all saved up. Those are all different types of strategies that I've used before to test various things and to analyze different markets and whatnot. So you can see there's not really a limit to how many different strategies you can have, and with knowing that different markets have different tick values, different point values, it's very important to have a couple different strategies. You want to have a strategy for the S&P. You want to have a strategy for the Dow. You want to have a strategy for crude oil. And they're going to be different. S&P is in quarter ticks. 4 quarters make 1 point. The Dow is going to be intense. Dow and crude oil are intense, so it's a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different strategy as far as with your S&P, you want to risk 2 points when there's 3 points. Well, with Dow, you're going to be risking a lot more than that, based off the tick size and also the point value system. So, whereas an S&P strategy might work, well with the Nasdaq, since they are both quarter points, quarter ticks, a S&P strategy wouldn't necessarily work very well with a Dow. Wouldn't work with a Dow strategy. So it's really important to not only know the tick value, the point values of each different market. It's important to of course it's important to know those differences, but you also want to be able to adjust your strategy to account for those differences as well. So, anyways, we'll just go ahead and configure a new one for the S&P here real fast. Brings up a new window, the multi-bracket, and it's ES because I was on the ES dome when I clicked on it. Make this a little bit bigger so we can see. Just move this over. Boom. So we'll go ahead and hit new. We'll just name this ESCQ, initials, and the S&P. Okay. So we see here we've got several different brackets. We've got bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3. And within those brackets, we have quantity, we've got our target, which would be a profit target, and our stop for protection here, all built in this one single bracket here. Okay, and this doesn't matter if you this strategy doesn't matter if you go long or if you go short. It's going to recognize that and act accordingly whether you are long or short. You can see there's no sell brackets or buy brackets. It's all just considered a bracket, and that's because it actually will recognize if you're going long or you're going short and act accordingly with how you set this up. So before I even start to plug in these numbers here of my brackets, before I even do that, I want to figure out in my mind. I want to figure out what I'm going to risk on each stop, and also I'm going to figure out what I want to profit on each. A good overall good overall rule to remember is that your first bracket is going to be smaller than your second bracket, and your second bracket is going to be smaller than your third bracket. Okay, we want the first bracket to be something where we get we get a couple points, get a couple ticks, and get profitable. And hopefully, our second bracket will lock in those profits, and our third bracket will hit us a home run. So that's really a good strategy to employ. Like I said, you don't want all of these brackets to be the same, and you definitely want them to go in, is it ascending order? So you want your first bracket to be the smallest, your second bracket to be a little bit bigger, and your third bracket to be bigger than the biggest one of all. So what we'll do is, like I said, before I even get into this, I'm going to think about what I want to risk on each bracket, what I want to profit on each bracket. And then I'm going to plug my numbers in. And it's just as easy as that, guys. All you got to figure out, all you got to do is know where to plug the numbers in and just do it. Okay? So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to consider this, I'm going to do a 3-lot. I'm going to trade a 3-lot here. Okay? So I've got 3 brackets to work with a 3-lot. So that's going to be 1 lot or 1 contract per bracket. So the first thing I'm going to do is come down, and where there's a quantity of 0, I'm going to change that to a 1. First bracket, second bracket, quantity, 0 there. Also going to change that to a 1. Bracket 3, quantity, change that also to a 1. Now I've got 3 lots set up total with 1 contract in each bracket. So now I've got the quantity. Now I need to figure out my target. Okay, so it always defaults to 4 ticks or 1 point. So that might be that's actually what I want for my first bracket. Okay, I want to have 1 point by 1 point. I want to get, as soon as I get in this trade, I want to get a quick point. I want to get it quick, $50 right off the bat, right here. Okay, and then like I said, hopefully our second bracket will protect those profits or add to those profits a little bit. And our third bracket, if we're correct, we want that to be a home run. So I'm okay with this first bracket having a target of 4 ticks and also having a stop of 4 ticks behind the market. Okay, I'm comfortable with that. And it's always important when you come up, when you do complete your bracket, you always want to come up and look on this line right here. That's telling you exactly what you want to do, what you're telling the bracket to do. You're going to do a 1 ES limit of 4, which is 1 point, connected by an OCO. You see the OCO there in the line. 1 stop at 4, and it's going to be 4 ticks or 1 point. And like I said, it doesn't matter if we go long or short here. The strategy will recognize you going long or short. So again, I'm comfortable with that being 1 point by 1 point. This bracket 2 down here, you see, again, it defaults to 4, but I want to change that. I want to make that, let's say, I want to make that 2.5 points. Okay, so I'm going to do a factor of 10 ticks, which would be, 2 points, of course, would be 2 ticks. 8 ticks would be 2 points. So another 2 ticks would be 2.5 points there. All right, so that's my factor on my second bracket. That's my profit target, and my stop will keep the same as well. Let's put that as a 10 or 2.5 points. So a little bit bigger, profit target, a little bit wider range of your profit target and your stop. But again, coming up here, taking a look at our bracket, seeing what how it's going to manipulate, how it's going to work. Got the 1 ES limit at 10 and connected by an OCO again to a stop at 10. So that's good for our bracket 2. Bracket 3, All right, this is where we want to hit a home run. So we're gonna target a lot bigger of a factor, and we're also gonna risk a lot bigger of a factor in this case. All right, so let's target factor. Let's make this 4 points. Make this a complete 4 points or 16 ticks. Same thing with our target here, or same thing with our stop factor here. Once we have all our numbers plugged in and have this bracket looking like how we want it to act, how we want it to proceed, we'll hit OK. Save changes. Yes, we do. And you can come down and see I've already got my bracket. I've already got my strategy set up. I can come down, hit the drop down. I can see that this strategy is checked and ready to go. So I know that that's ready to go, and I'm just going to come in and place my order. So you can see here, again, with our single bracket strategy, you can see the profit targets and stops waiting to get filled right there from the dome, which is a pretty neat little, pretty neat thing. So I'm just going to right-click here, or excuse me, left-click here, waiting on a 3 lot to get filled. As soon as we get filled on this 3 lot, all our profit targets and our stops will be shot out all at once. And we'll have that strategy working, and it is, all right, come on, there we go, and it's working. All right, we got it working. Again, you can see we got all our 1 lots scattered over here throughout the dome, indicating where our profit targets and our stops are going to be. But just like anything, if there is a change in the market situations, if there is a change in what the market's doing, how it's moving, we can always adjust our profits and our targets. Okay, that ability never goes away. You can see here I can manipulate it. I can move these profit targets and stops all around to how I like it. And it's not set in stone. If you're placing a strategy order, it's not set in stone. You can always change your profit targets, change your stops if there are adverse market conditions that you did not foresee. But so anyways, so like I said, a lot of different, you can really make these, set up to completely, help you with your risk strategy, your risk management. It really is very helpful when you have the ability to make these strategies, place these strategies, and then leave it alone, and leave it alone. Let it work. Let your analysis do the work, and have the tools to fit your analysis, and hopefully be profitable at the end of the day.